on, should I say, on their winning way. So, Chris, sit back and you can enjoy all the action here from Perth as well. Be back for the late mail for the second event shortly.
All right, Alf, look forward to all of that. Now, the third at Rosehill are heading to the start there for race 3. And the first at Townsville, it's on start time there. Now, Illume is the favourite there at Rosehill, 4:10. Equally now with Run Bella Run, Magenta Light 5:70, Seething Duck 8:20, Rat-a-tat Lass at 8:20, and the 1, 7 and 10 making up the top. Now, the third at Rosehill, getting around to the start here for race 3. Illume the favourite here, 4:10. Run Bella Run 4:40 now, Magenta Light, Seething Duck and Rat-a-tat Lass. We'll take a break, be back with more after this on Sky. Now, Illume, I assume that's what we're calling it. We'll know in a moment. Anyhow, Mark will know. It's at 4:20. Run Bella Run at 4:60. Magenta Light 5:40 has had good backing too. It's in a point. Rat-a-tat Lass 8:50 and Seething Duck at 8:60. Okay, let's head to Rosehill for race 3. Here's Mark.
Has been hundreds in the 30s, so there's a bit of money. The Mickwood stable and Stephen had a bit of luck in the last few years, had a few roughies, and the money has come. Mark Sheen, the big money for the favourite Magenta Light, heavily back, but there's been good concerted money coming for Mademoiselle.
Yeah, Mademoiselle firming 70 points on track, 55 still overs on the tote, just firming in slightly now as I speak, but a lot shorter than the 55s. Magenta Light, the favourite, taking over from Illume. A lot of loot's been a little bit easy out of point and a half, and Run Bella Run has been a drifter as well. Now about 6 or 7 to move up. Acacia Alba about to load in. Now Zazzle is coming along, and so too Run Bella Run. Run Bella Run bursting through the gates last Saturday at Randwick and was a late scratching. Now Seething Duck is riderless behind the stalls. Kathy O'Hara out of the saddle as they bring this filly forward. Cambridge Boxer, which was very reluctant to go out onto the track. Clerk of the course just handing it over to one of the barrier attendants. And jockeys elected to hop off there, Daniel Edmonds. So looking at these totes, Magenta Light, good overs on the tote here in New South Wales, 380. It firmed $1.20 on track into half each way odds. Illume is $4.60. Then we look at $9.50 for Rat-a-tat Lass, $9.70 Seething Duck, and a lot of loot at $10.70. So Illume's got a lot of speed. It's won 3 trials. It showed a lot of dash in all of them. But out about $1.30 on track here. Mademoiselle, the one they've backed at longer odds, coming up towards the back of the stalls. Now they've put a blindfold on Seething Duck as they start to work on both it and Mademoiselle to move in. Now a lot of loot, who's had the blinkers taken off him. He was first up from a spell here, ran 5th at Kembla last start when it was caught on the inside in the worst part of the track. Now a lot of loot comes up, and the last one to move in will be Illume. This is the Jim Beam handicap race number 3. Illume's drawn the outside. They're all loaded. 1,100 metres the distance of the maiden. Starter not quite happy with them as yet. Now he goes slowly up the ladder. Stand by for a start. They're off and racing now. Zazzle's come out slowly. Illume on the outside was brilliantly into stride and takes up the lead from Run Bella Run, and Seething Duck's right up there as well. Magenta Light, the heavily back runner, settling back in about 4th spot. Then ready to impress Cambridge Boxer, losing ground. Time passing going around the outside of it from Rat-a-tat Lass, who's starting to save ground up along the rail in the midfield, followed by a lot of loot. Then came Zazzle, Acacia Alba, Nalarak is next, and Mademoiselle travelling poorly, last of all, about 12 off the lead. Inside
inside the 600 they come, and Illume is well held together. Led by a length on Seething Duck. Run Bella Runners third and Magenta Light fourth on the outside. Back on the rail, ready to impress, and a lot of loot starting to push out into the clear with Rat-a-tat-lass coming down the outside. It's Seething Duck racing up to Illume now at the 300 metres, and Seething Duck went straight on by. Run Bella Run next, and Magenta Light is starting to come down the outside out after Seething Duck, but it still gives away 2 or 3 lengths start. It's Seething Duck in front with 100 to go. Magenta Light is coming after it quickly on the outside, and Magenta Light hit the lead and won it. Magenta Light won it from either Zazzle or Seething Duck, who looked to have the race won but walked to the line. Then Run Bella Run. Rat-a-tat-lass was next, followed by Illume, who went fast but stopped just as quickly. And then Ready to Impress, followed by a lot of loot. Further back behind them, Acacia Alba. And then Adam was El Nalarak, followed by Cambridge Boxer, and last in was Time Passing. Winner is number 2, Magenta Light, ridden by Nasrawilla. Well, it gave away at least 3 lengths to Seething Duck, who ran to the front and looked home for all money, and then it just started to paddle with 75 to go. And Magenta Light, who was backed in from about $4.20 to $3 on course, has sprinted brilliantly first up and worn it down in the shadows of the post. Now, it's a photo for second and third. Zazzle looks very prominent. It's come out of the stall slowly, was back third or fourth last coming to the turn, and it has rattled home at a fantastic debut. And in that photo as well as Seething Duck, who, as I said, looked home but got very tired over the concluding stages. 2 in a photo. Now, number 5 has got second, Zazzle, Jeff Penza.
And the 6 will get third, and that's Seething Duck, who really did stop in the last little bit, and possibly Run Bella Run for fourth. That wasn't a bad run either. But Magenta Light, Nasrawilla in terrific form. He's riding so well, very strong, isn't he, in a finish? And that's a double to Nash on a couple of 2s. Ultimate Risk, and now Magenta Light in race number 3 on the card there. Stall is not far off, and then we're back to